Good evening, everybody, if it can be called such, facing what we are. What's up, Shadows? Ms. Roy, thank you so much for the Ms. Raid. It is greatly appreciated. Greetings to you, greetings to Shadows, greetings Raiders, greetings everybody. Good to see y'all again. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing so good, chat. Today has been so nice. I have to be honest with you. I feel, Dave, cheers, buddy. It's good to see you too. This is gonna sound weird, but I feel genuinely liberated now that I have finished Satisfactory. I was enjoying the hell out of it. And like I said, every fiber of my being wants to go back to it and start another playthrough, but while I was streaming it, I was streaming it for hours and hours and hours a week. When I wasn't streaming it, I was still playing it off stream to get some of the more tedious stuff out of the way so y'all wouldn't have to watch it. Now it's done. It's done. I don't have to do that anymore. I spent like 3 hours today playing Dome Keeper and just loved it. Absolutely loved it. I played the demo, loved the demo, immediately got the game, and then just did like 4 or 5 runs in it. And it was just great. It was so much fun. I also picked up, what's up, Deep Thought? Good to see you. Future world mired in misery, they predicted our current leadership. Notice you playing Satisfactory at 4 a.m. my time a few nights ago. I was genuinely mildly concerned. Yeah, Satisfactory messed me up, man. Satisfactory messed me up. In like, not in a horrible way, you know. But I was genuinely addicted to it, and I think I've broken that. I'm not going to play Satisfactory for a while. I've got plenty of other things to play, and considering how much I was enjoying Dome Keeper today, that'll keep me busier for a while. I also went ahead and picked up Fangs of Astrakarn, the third and presumably final DLC for Grim Dawn. So I don't know when I'm going to crack into that, but when I do, that's going to be another, I don't know, probably 60 hours I'm going to sink into that game. I'm going to make a new character using a new mastery. I'm going to play through the game again. I'm going to play through the DLC, and then once I know what's going on with the DLC, I'm going to play through it with my other endgame characters, and it's going to be great, chat. It's going to be great. It's already getting really good reviews. I haven't really looked at any of the reviews, because frankly, I don't need to. I already bought it, so I don't really want to know anything else about it before I go in and start picking it apart myself. Game-wise, your main of late has been Inazuma 11, basically a soccer RPG RTS hybrid with a really insane over-the-top tone. Then your tutorial unit has actual full-on pyrokinesis. Wow, that's pretty cool. Shades of Shaolin Soccer, maybe? Dome Keeper, if you never played it, is really good. I would heartily recommend giving the demo a try while it's on sale. Dome Keeper is basically a mashup. Well, it's like a 2D mining game. If you played like SteamWorld Dig or Motherlode or any of those where like you start out as a crappy little miner and you go down and you mine up some ores and then you bring them back and you sell them for upgrades so that you can stay down longer and mine more ores and stuff. It's that. It's that, except you're also defending your base against waves of enemies. So you have to split your upgrades between your own utility stuff and offensive and defensive upgrades for your domes. And it's really fun. And there's a shocking amount of variety to it and a bunch of secrets, and the strategy in it's really cool, and I would super recommend checking it out if you haven't yet, chat. Deep Thought, thank you so much for the 5 stream streak. Much appreciated. What's up, Manic? Yep. What a world. What a world it is. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that, Ms. Roy. I knew we weren't getting away from this one. I knew we couldn't. Unless I somehow, like, forged forth before Eva showed up. But that's fine. We played shitty Waterworld on Virtual Boy. I think we played the SNES version of this. I can't honestly remember at this point. I'm pretty sure we did. We did, yeah. And apparently this is its own thing. It's not a straight port of the SNES version. Even if it was, I wouldn't recognize it because my mind is apparently protecting me by erasing those memories. So yeah, this is yeah, the Virtual Boy version was an atrocity. So anyway, let me give you all the reminder of what's going on, because there's actually we're in a transitional period here, chat. There's going to be some big shifts coming up. Folks who've kind of been dipping out because we've been hung up on Satisfactory for like 2 months. Take note, things are happening. Next stream after tonight's is going to be Saturday morning, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific. I've decided to go ahead and commit to playing the Looker. If you'll cast your minds back to when we played The Witness, quite a few people really wanted me to play the Looker, and I never set aside the time to do that. We're gonna do it on Saturday. I'm calling it. I'm calling my shot. We're gonna do the Looker on Saturday. If you need to go back and review our Witness playthrough, it's on YouTube. I might actually go peek at it a little bit, get myself good and heated before we play the Looker. There'll be no stream on Sunday. I never stream on Sundays because my family's coming back from Japan, and from next week my schedule is going back to the original daytime schedule. I'm gonna be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Evening streams on Wednesdays and Thursdays will not change. Wednesdays will continue to be indie variety nights, or some kind of variety nights, Wheels or Curator Connect-Agains or such. And then Thursdays, like this, will continue to be the power hours, for better or for worse. But on Monday, we are starting Infinifactory. Infinifactory is the second puzzle game from Zachtronics after Space Chem. I have not played Infinifactory in like 10 years. But of the limited Zachtronics games I played, it was my favorite. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm very excited to start that up. It feels like a good segue from Satisfactory. It's an automation game, but it's a puzzle-based automation game. Instead of having a big open world, we're going to have discrete levels. And we're going to have to automate some really interesting processes. I heartily encourage you to show up Monday morning for that one, especially if you've never seen it before. If you're a fan, obviously if you're a fan of automation games, obviously if you're a fan of puzzle games, obviously if you're a fan of Zachtronics games, you should come check it out. But if you like hanging out with me, you should also come and hang out too, because that's what we do. Anyway. Curious about that one. Not sure if I should play it yourself first. Apparently it's like 2 hours long. So yeah, relatively short. So yeah, anyone curious about the Looker should go ahead and download it, play it themselves. Good evening, Satellite Sun. Hi, I'm ill, and that's before I saw it's Waterworld. Oh, this might kill you then. And I don't want that on my conscience. I mean, I'm still gonna play Waterworld. I just don't want that on my conscience. So, please don't die. Welcome back, chat. Welcome back to July of 1996. It's better here? No, not really. Life as a whole may have been better, but the games were worse. It's kind of true, honestly. One of the big benefits of having such a broad, diverse market now, even though the mainstream game industry is consuming itself ravenously, the indie scene is thriving. There are so many good games out there. I am, again, for folks just coming in, now that I'm free of Satisfactory, I spent a big chunk of today playing Dome Keeper, and oh my god, I was loving Dome Keeper today. I'm having a great time with that. So why are we going back to 1996 and the likes of Game Boy Waterworld? Because we have to, chat. Because it is our sworn duty to work our way through every page of Nintendo Power until we've seen the entire run of the magazine. And that means the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. We're now in Clinton's second term. Hard to remember, isn't it? So very long. 30 years. Nice round 30 years. I can see how someone with your hair situation be the Dome Keeper. Hey, that's a good one. I like that one. Nice shiny dome to protect. You didn't swear to shit, but you're here along for the ride. I have sworn a holy oath before Miyamoto and Sakurai and all of them. It must be done. Argument to be made, there's still a high level of noise. There's good enough games out there and ways to get word about those games. The signal gets through. Yes, I think there are more good games now than there ever have been previously. I think the problem is discoverability. Discoverability has been a persistent problem since the rise of digital distribution and the explosion of the indie scene. And there's really no good solution to it. It seemed like the creator economy, the influencer market was going to be the answer, but they've been commodified by capital just as heavily as mainstream media outlets, so they can't really be relied upon to show you the hidden gems out there. There are the problem now is there are absolutely channels that will show you amazing indie games, but they themselves have discoverability problems. We had a discoverability problem with games as a whole. So society invented influencers to go in and like sift the wheat from the chaff, but so many of them showed up now they have a discoverability problem. So, but you're here, chat. You didn't have any trouble discovering me. So, and we have each other. Now let's talk about this awful, awful, awful game. I don't know when it started showing up. I remember the italic Nintendo Power watermark at the bottom left corner sticking around till when you were subscribed. Oh, just the little Nintendo Power down by the page number? One of the simpler parts of the magazine. I guess they never really got super creative with that. But anyway. Having already seen popular success on the silver screen in a variety of gaming platforms, please don't tell me any of these games were successful. Waterworld, a post-apocalyptic vision of our fine planet submerged, will debut in September. Chat, they are so desperate. Nintendo Power is so desperate for content. They're not just covering Game Boy Waterworld, they're previewing Game Boy Waterworld. They're gonna come back to this because it isn't even out yet. So we're facing double jeopardy here, chat. We're gonna have to play this piece of shit tonight and risk it showing back up probably in the September issue. Dire straits indeed for our dear magazine. September is a one-player adventure for Game Boy from, appropriately, Ocean. Teehee. It's not simply a knockoff of the Super NES or Virtual Boy version, so players will be pleasantly surprised to learn this game offers entirely new levels for would-be mariners to master. Somebody was saying Nintendo Power themselves are struggling to find nice things to say about this. Even with this special talent, the game is not a quick paddle in the kiddie pool. The slightest mistake can lead the mariner to a quick and watery grave. While some may find the graphics in Waterworld a bit simplistic, the fine character control and the fluidity of the mariner's movements make up for any visual shortcomings. You'll marvel at the way the mariner can be precisely angled to avoid undersea obstacles, the lifelike way he hauls himself up a ledge, and how he uses a lamp pole to swing up to new heights. He actually pumps his legs to gain greater momentum. Only the sailing controls seem awkward at first, but after a few tries, boating is simply a breeze. Adventure Pro Jim, thank you so much for subscribing for 71 months. My God, dude. Much appreciated. I had a dream this morning that my wife's putting Christmas lights up all over the house, and I was like, but it's summer, and here we are with your room festooned in holiday shimmer. I am an oracle. It's true. It's Christmas every day here in the GPG studios. Because we've always got something to unpack and celebrate. Just realized Waterworld is basically What If the Incredible Tide was awful. Waterworld came out in July 1995, so I imagine Game Boy Waterworld game in September was DOA. I mean, if people have been playing any of the other ones... Oh, hang on. I gotta plug this back in. I had to... This is gonna sound really silly. I had to unplug my controller because it was making it so that every time I clicked on a folder on my computer, it would switch desktops. And I don't know why that is. It was strange and I didn't like it. So I'm gonna have to remember to plug this thing in before each Power Hours and Variety Night and unplug it afterwards. Water. Ha. Chat. I don't think I have this. It's a UK and Australia exclusive. I mean, I have the European Game Boy library too, and it's not in here. Oh my God, we're safe, chat. We're actually safe. I can't believe it. Unless... Fuck, no! Oh, God. No, I found it. It got shuffled into a backup folder. I wish I'd never found it. I wish I didn't think to look. I had an out. I had an out, chat. God damn me. I hate myself. I hate myself. Don't dug too deeply, too stupidly. Imagine a future without dry land. A future where the earth is covered in what you basically just said that. Sounds a bad thing to be too industrious. And ruled by bands of marauding pirates. The Smokers and their chief Deacon. A future, we're the last people. I'm mad about these ellipses, chat. Cling to life on man-made atolls. Good evening, Chaos. You're just in time for some chaos. A future known as ... Okay, that's cool. That's a cool effect. You absolutely do not, under any circumstances, have to hand it to Waterworld, but that was a cool effect. It has the right number of periods, it's just... Huh, okay. Oh no, a fish. Animation's pretty solid, like they were saying. I don't know what I'm doing down here necessarily. Meh. Meh. Music's going off. We are Echo. Well, I mean, this is pretty playable so far. It's a perfectly fine water level. I don't know what we're doing here, but... Ow. Getting shit on, apparently. Clearly we are swimming. Yes, but why? I need a reason. Except for the sperm fish. Sperm whale? I think it's very funny that, like, the fish that are just kind of cruising around are deadly to you. Like, I don't think they're barracudas or piranhas or any kind of dangerous fish. I think it's just like, I don't know, sea bass. Fucking God, I look at this game staff and the programmers now work at, I swear to God, this is real Mr. Nuts studio. Okay, so how much swimming do I need to do anyway? Also, why'd you take all my bullets? I had lots of bullets. I missed my bullets. Yeah, legit pretty good looking, entirely hand-drawn Asterix and Obelix platformer. That's cool. Alright, I'm not sure how the Mariner's hitbox works, but it seems to be in my favor, so... Let's collect some more starfish and damp ammunition. Meow. Meow. Oh, I don't think you can hurt those. That is a really nice hitbox. Like, apparently his head doesn't count. I'm gonna say this is borderline competent. There is nothing wrong with this, frankly. This is perfectly fine. In fact, that's why I'm still playing it. I need to get past this stage to see if this game, like, falls apart or something. I'm not sure how to process living in a world where there's a decent Waterworld video game. I think the starfish are basically coins. Like, every video game is basically Mario in some way, right? How many stages of this are there, though? Like, how many times do I have to do this? But that other Waterworld game was bad enough. Well, see, that's the thing. This one isn't actually bad. At least not yet. This one seems fine. Every game is either Mario, Street Fighter, Calvin is into dad meme. Processing the information, there's a decent Waterworld game? Hard. So I think this was all just a giant side area. Send help, I'm now in Florida. No help is coming. You're beyond the reach of God or man. No one can help you now. Oh my god. Okay, that's a really good run cycle. That is a really impressive run cycle. Hildy! Thank you so much for the raid! Ready to watch Kevin Costner drink his own pee on the Game Boy this time? Of course you are! Yeah, there's mantling in this game. Can you believe it? I literally raged because I was like, is that Waterworld for fuck's sake? I'm gonna level with you. We're 3 stages into the Game Boy one, and this one's pretty decent. This one's pretty okay. If this is more swimming, though, fuck me. How long is this game? Bro, it's called Waterworld? Yeah, but if you'll think back to the Hollywood epic that was Waterworld, a shockingly small amount of the time was spent in the water. Oh wow, I shouldn't have come here. Lots of people just laying in the ocean to be shot or rescued, yeah. Man, I just wanted to get to a stage where you do something else. Something besides swimming. Like, I know it exists. Can't fool me. Four underwater stages in a row is not good pacing, chat. Wait, this is where I just was. Is this not where I'm supposed to go? Oh god, it's not where I'm supposed to go. Gotta go up to the surface just to drink from filtered piss. What's up around the board? Isn't awful pacing being an accurate adaptation? It is, actually. It is. That is in fact very true to the cinematic vision of Waterworld. Oh, we have to go this way. If stage 5 is another swimming level, I'm done with this. I'm just calling it now, okay? I would like to give this game further chances to lose my faith. But honestly, if all I can muster up front is 5 swimming stages in a row, like, I'm done. Also, this one's like really wide open, which makes it less interesting. Please, please, please something else. Please something else. Please. Bad sign. God damn it, dude. Oh. Yeah, no. Had enough of that. Not spending the rest of my night playing fucking Waterworld. I don't care how inoffensive it is. The article doesn't discuss stages at all because this is just a preview. Nintendo Power is so desperate for content at this point, they are previewing a shitty Game Boy game from 2 months ahead. They don't have any actual details on this. As you can see, if we turn the page, we get Dragon Hopper. Which... Yeah, no, Dave, there's a boat level, and there's an atoll level, and I don't know how fucking far you have to go into the game to get to them. Yeah, this never came out. I believe just recently, like in the last year or so, somebody actually dug up a prototype ROM of it and put it out. I don't have it. I can't play this for you. Oh, wait, they put it up on... Oh, they put it on the Switch? Shit, I didn't know that. I thought it was a fan project that dug this up. Doran the Dragon Prince lived a happy life in the magical kingdom of Celestia until the corrupt Prime Minister jailed his family. Art imitates life. Pursued by soldiers, Doran fled his home. As he ran away, he tripped and fell into a mysterious hole, landing in the land of Faerun. Help him find his way back to the surface and save Celestia and Nintendo's Dragon Hopper, a battery-backed 3D adventure for Virtual Boy. It actually did come out, just not concurrently with the Virtual Boy. Concurrently with the Switch 2, apparently. So Prince Doran, a dragon with moves like a kangaroo, must scale 7 airy, terraced worlds. Despite challenging leaps and mazes, Dragon Hopper isn't a difficult game to finish. Since the game doesn't force players to build levels or spend hours trying to defeat a frustrating guardian, a few hardcore gamers might even finish a quest in one weekend. The game has so many random spells and hidden areas that players won't be able to find them all in a single game. That's interesting. So it's a top-down 3D platformer? Is that my understanding? Probably the first instance of a game improving by not releasing on the system it was designed for. No, we didn't do this one in the big Game Boy overview, the big Virtual Boy overview stream, because I don't have this one. One of the few in-depth actual proper games for Virtual Boy, it's a Zelda action RPG. Each time Doran rescues a fairy spirit, he receives an elemental power. When you free the Earth Spirit from his prison in the Great Tunnel, he gives you the power to create a large earthquake that destroys enemies and crumbles weak floors. The water spear is locked away in a rusty cage in the earth level. Team teaching the magic of the ice dragon. Ice dragons can freeze water with a frosty blast, allowing you to walk across the ice. Okay, yeah. It's a Zelda-like. What game does this come from? Bomberman Hero. Bomberman Hero apparently has a really solid soundtrack. So yeah, maybe I'll get a hold of this at some point, chat. Maybe I won't. Interesting concept, but I've played every officially released game for the Virtual Boy, and all of them suffered for being on the Virtual Boy, so I can't imagine this one's much different. Too many levels in it, but the songs are good. Pilowing 64. Before you request this, I don't have this. I can't play this. Not yet, anyway. But we can talk about it real quick. When Pilowing 64 took flight at E3, players of the original Super NES hit and the uninitiated alike lined up to take their turns as it controls the N64 sequel. They formed lines as soon as the doors opened and continued to crowd around the display through closing. What they experienced from first and third person perspectives is interactive 3D realism, unprecedented in a video game. Not sure about that. But like, I'm pretty sure there were some solid PC flight sims in 1996. We can't request Dragon Copper because that didn't come out. It did come out, but it's on the Switch, and I don't own it on the Switch. Those 1990s CGI characters on the bottom left? Yeah, seriously. Lark looks like a 3D-ified Nestor. Hawk looks like a salt shaker. Oh, they're all named after birds, chat. Isn't that clever? I don't play a game where your exploration is a race between whether your peripherals, batteries run out, or finishes melting the eyeballs from your skull. For console flight sim, the physics are impressive, but yeah, Flight Unlimited is already eating this game's lunch. Goose is the guy from Ghost Trick. And even first-party Nintendo couldn't resist having at least one playable character with just massive boobs, chat. They just couldn't do it. In some ways, Pilotwing 64's realism shouldn't come as a surprise. The game is a result of a collaborative effort between Nintendo and Paradigm Simulations Incorporated, which is known for its expertise in the flight simulation industry. The masters of video game magic and the expert creators of flight sims combine their talents. The result is real fun, as those who sample the game at E3 can attest. Paradigm Simulations. What else did they make? Hang on. I think they're actually Paradigm Entertainment. Yeah. Founded as a 3D computer graphics company in 1990, worked on realistic flight sim technology, partnered with Nintendo for Pilotwing 64. After a short partnership with Video System, Paradigm was acquired as a wholly owned subsidiary of Infogrames in 2000. Paradigm was sold to THQ in 2006, ultimately closed in 2008. Pilotwings, Aero Fighters Assault, F1 World Grand Prix, Beetle Adventure Racing. I think I actually have that one. They did a Duck Dodgers game for the Nintendo 64. Indie Racing Spy Hunter remake on PS2. A Terminator game on PS2. Mission Impossible Operation Surma in 2003. Stuntman Ignition. So they didn't do the original Stuntman, but they were tapped for the sequel. And then they had a whole bunch of canceled projects. Supposedly, they were working on a Pilot Wings 64 sequel at one point. Nintendo is hugely underselling Paradigm, by the way. This is their first step into games. They're doing stuff for Lockheed Martin and NASA before this. Well, kids wouldn't care about that, would they? Just as Paradigm's expertise is clearly evident in the game's flight mechanics, Mr. Miyamoto's touch is obviously there too, and the elements that make it more than a flight sim. It's also a high-flying, thrilling adventure. As entertaining and challenging as it is to meet the mission goals, it's just as intriguing to simply fly around lands that beg for exploration. So they're previewing an incomplete version of the game. Pilot Wings 65. Hang glider, rocket belt, gyrocopter. Nintendo hired them because they were doing simulators for SGI computers. And Silicon Graphics recommended them. Interesting. Three islands and one huge continent to explore. Did this actually make it into the actual game? 3 islands and then a miniature version of the United States? Semi-ignition is really fun. Holiday Island has a never-ending carnival. Catamarans, pleasure boat. Definitely remember the not US map. Okay. Everfrost Island. Super tall peak. Crescent Island is a tropical atoll. Little states. Fly from coast to coast, LA to New York, Seattle, Cape Canaveral, to see all sorts of famous landmarks and some surprising sights. Staff got poached by Gearbox and Ubisoft Montreal and THQ started screwing them over. Yeah, condolences indeed. Pilot Wings includes bonus games. And then the big thing about the developers, they do talk a little bit more about their experience making Sims. Yeah, it's mostly focused on just puffing up Pilot Wings 64, so we'll get there, chat. Bassmasters Classic Pro Edition. Oh my god, they actually, chat. They have a breakdown of all the bass fishing games on the Super Nintendo up to this point. 7 bass fishing games. Bassmasters Classic Pro Edition, Bassmasters Classic, Bassin's Black Bass, Mark Davis the Fishing Master, Jimmy Houston's Bass Tournament USA, Super Black Bass, and TNN Bass Tournament of Champions. I've said it so many times, the word bass has lost all meaning for me, chat. I don't even know what we're doing here anymore. Codes? Question mark? Which game is the best? That answer depends on your gaming and fishing preferences. So, alright. 4 of these have underwater views. All of them have fish finders. Wow. Number of lures. Bassin's Black Bass has 8 lures. Jimmy Houston's Bass Tournament USA has 328. Though they do note that a bunch of these are palette swaps. Lakes range from 4 to 6. Bassin Black Bass has codes. I guess cheat codes. None of the other ones do. And this one is question marks. You can play as such talented anglers as Bob Smithers, Chloe O'Reilly, Sanders Ramirez, and Earl Green. Apparently they have stats, chat. We must have played... okay, I'm sure we played Bassmasters Classic. So, what's the actual difference here? I don't think there's any different. Nintendo Power kind of dodges this question, but I noticed on this chart here, Bassmaster Classic and Bassmaster Classic Pro Edition have the exact same stats. So, I think we've been here before, chat. Black Bass lasted for an absurd amount of time as a series from 1984 on NMSX up to 2013 on 3DS. Passion project of a couple of Japanese dudes who really, clearly really love bass fishing, yeah. Wild. Bunch of different lakes, bunch of weirdly square lakes. Yeah, not really feeling the lure of fishing tonight, chat, so I'm just gonna forge ahead to classified information. Code for Diddy's Conquest that gets you a bunch of Creme coins. Some tips for Final Fantasy 3, what we now know as Final Fantasy 6. Oh! This is where they spill the beans on the Vanish Doom trick. Vanish is primarily a defensive spell, but try casting on enemy and follow with X Zone or Doom. Magical combo will cause even some major foes to disappear completely. Use relics to cure ailments. So like if somebody gets a status effect, just equip a ribbon. Revivify kills undead enemies. And bouncing spells off wall rings. Hit Doomish. What'd you call me? Bonus teams and extra points in NHL 96. You can play as the Riddler in practice mode in Batman Forever, which we can't play because of the stupid way the controller's set up. Debug mode invincibility in Super Empire Strikes Back. Credits code in the Flintstones. The movie Flintstones. Invincibility and more mechs in MechWarrior 3050. Cheating for silver points in Chrono Trigger. Do y'all know about this? Do y'all know about sabotaging the foot race so you're the person you bet on wins? One of the games I worked on my Activision days was a Rapala fishing game. It was crazy well. You'd be surprised how well those games do overall, and they're available at a lot of places that don't normally sell video games. Didn't know that, actually. Yeah, that is surprising. Most of it is actually pretty useful tactics across the ATV Final Fantasy games. Oh, you didn't know about this, Manic? Do you need more silver points for browsing the shops or playing the games at the Millennial Fair? Go to the lower part of Lean Square and speak to the man who is emceeing the foot races. Bet on one of the racers, then get in front of the line before the race starts. Walk back and forth in front of the racers, except the one you bet on, to slow them down. If your runner wins, go back to the MC to collect your silver points. So yeah, you don't have proper collision with the racers, but if they run into you, they do slow down, and you can use that to slow down the other three racers, and win your bet every time. I wonder if they have it at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. This Tiberian's very first Madden game. Pretty sure I'd take over the entire franchise from here. Few more quiz questions from Earthworm Jim 2 that I don't care about. And more classic teams in Madden 96. Guess it just didn't dawn on you to cheat at this charity fair? I mean, how else are you gonna fully complete it? All right. Oh, damn. We're on to the code bank. Listen up, web crawlers. Classified information has made the leap from the printed page to cyberspace. I always hated the term cyberspace. I never liked using cyber to describe internet stuff. Access a ton of cool codes from the classified information code bank and Nintendo Power's homepage on the World Wide Web. What's up, Arcane? Good to see you. We're talking about classified information's move to Nintendo.com. I only associate cyberspace with 90s cyberpunk visualizations of the net. Yeah, exactly. Cyberspace immediately brings to mind like Lawnmower Man or Beyond the Mind's Eye. User registration is simple. All you need to do is transmit a short application form with your sign-on name and a valid email address. Man, I kind of wish I could have used this old interface. This is some Windows 3.1 ass design here. Such an early iteration of the site, the Wayback Machine doesn't even have it. They started December 1996. Huh. How interesting. I do miss these quaint old days of the internet, chat. Oh my god, my eyes. Value plays. Attention shoppers, these Super NES classics are value priced in stores now. So, apparently in 1996, desperate to fill the time before the advent of the N64 and after the, I guess, timely death of the Virtual Boy, Nintendo's just reprinting a whole bunch of games. Mega Man X, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, NCAA Basketball, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, F-Zero. Image of the December 96 iteration of the Nintendo site. Ooh. Mario getting his ass roasted. Love it. That is the entire site. That's it. I love it. F-Zero because we need a win. God bless you. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest has been labeled as a beginner's role-playing game, but has all the same features that made the entire Final Fantasy family legendary among RPG devotees. Though his plot is more linear than those of his brethren, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest boasts an entertaining story, intriguing characters, challenging puzzles, and exciting battles. Novices and veterans alike can look forward to many hours of fantastical fun with this little gem. Remember how we dragged our asses through that game, chat? Remember how I was excited to revisit it? And then a couple hours in, I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. I swear, half of each of these soundtracks is just Ocarina of Time. Can't escape it, I suppose. Grand Prix. I want to see NCAA basketball after this? Sounds good. Let's use the Falcon. Why not? I'm gonna do Night League. Oh, I guess we're doing beginner. Man, this is a great game, chat. Oh, God. It's really crazy to me that pretty much no other racing game on the Super Nintendo was ever able to, like, match the sense of speed that this game had. Like, it's so weird to me that this game didn't spawn more imitators. It's also weird to me that F-Zero never really became one of, like, Nintendo's big properties. Like, it got off to such a strong start. Another Mode 7 race on SNES control. No, it doesn't. This is absolutely peak controls. Falcon Drive! What's up, Jerp? Jerp, random thought. Have you played Dome Keeper? Because I got Dome Keeper today, and I love it. It's super fun. What's up, 2-Hit? How can one iterate on perfection? I mean, honestly, like, I'm kind of surprised they never did an F-Zero 2 on the Super Nintendo. Just with, like, more tracks and more cars. Exact same gameplay. Maybe do something crazy, like have like some car customization in there or something. The gripe you have of F-Zero is no matter how much faster you're driving, they're always right behind you. Nintendo was never really interested in churning out iterative sequels like that, just like a Super Mario World 2. I mean, they did have a Star Fox 2 on the Super Nintendo. They just didn't get it released here. They made the transition to 3D stymied them. Was F-Zero for the 64 super big? F-Zero X was pretty big. GX was a cult classic. I've destroyed my internets, and yet there's no ice cream trucks. Also, this game has just an absolutely incredible soundtrack. Problem is that F-Zero GX and F-Zero Climax were seen as perfect versions of the two formulas for F-Zero, so nobody knew what to do after it. I gotta say, though, I feel like you could make similar arguments for franchises like Metroid and Mario Kart, but they just kept making those, you know? I'm pretty sure there are people out there who would argue that, like, Super Metroid is a perfect game, but they iterated on that. I'm pretty sure everybody has, like, their absolutely peak Mario Kart, but they kept making Mario Karts. So I don't really see why there have to be certain franchises that hit their peak and then just have to stop. Oh, God. Oh! Oh, boy. Going great, chat. Such a Genesis Mega Drive, man at heart, but boy howdy do I admire F-Zero. F-Zero is special. F-Zero is truly unique among the annals of racing games. Final boss name of Star Fox has F-Zero vibes to it. Was it the gold standard for Mode 7? Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. F-Zero GX was a Sega venture. Maybe Nintendo didn't know what to do after being completely outclassed by a foreign dev team. To address your question, I think that was a factor of Metroid after Prime until Sakamoto's stick up his ass about prompted a first-party Metroid again. Part of the problem, people forwarding 3D F-Zero went on to Yakuza, and the people forwarding 2.5D F-Zero went on to permanent shovelware hell. Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at, chat. I don't think series ever cease because they've peaked. Like, I don't think that's ever the reason why series, like, don't continue, is because the developers are like, well, we made the best version that's possible. Guess we're done here. Like, there's always some other situation. There's always some other consideration that puts them off. Can't think of another game that did Mode 7 better. Just the sense of speed. Like, and not just the sense of speed, but the fact that it's still, like, what you're doing is still comprehensible. It's crazy fast, and yet you can still see stuff coming far enough in advance to react to it. Pilot's probably is the most convincing sense of 3D in Mode 7 game. My question was F-Zero competitive against other titles in Japan? That's a good point too. If it's not competitive in the domestic market, it doesn't have much of a future. A lot of great game series in the West have died just because they didn't do well in Japan. I was wondering how SNES would handle doing stuff with ports like ports of stuff like Outrun or Afterburner. Probably pretty well, I think. The exploding cars are really scary. Can't imagine F-Zero on the PS1. We got Wipeout and you couldn't see shit in that game because it blew past you before you even knew what happened. No, I was thinking of the sequel on SNES. Nintendo was flirting with doing split screen Mode 7, and guess what that F-Zero 2 prototype became? Oh. Apparently a huge anime series Nintendo commissioned for F-Zero flopped pretty awfully. Love that anime. Season 2 started eating its own ass. These other cars on the track, you think they're just regular commuters trying to get to work? I think they're the schlubby, faceless racers. I never liked this track. I never liked the wind gimmick. because there's no visual cue for it. So it just means you have to kind of drive sideways the entire time. Is Blue Falcon the game's bog standard balanced vehicle? Yes. Yes, the Blue Falcon is the Mario of this game. The Golden Fox has the lowest top speed but the highest acceleration. The Fire Stingray has the highest top speed but the lowest acceleration. And the Alien Dude has the most health. How the fuck did I miss that? Dick. When emulator shenanigans add racing wheel support to this, I have trouble imagining playing this with a racing wheel just because of like how fast your reactions have to be. There's a whole lot of fine control going on here. Whoa! Maybe just the main guy of the future by giving Demolition Man door through his windshield. We have to cryo freeze him or he'll die. The guy who did that to him is just a goof in 90% of the series. Silence, chat. Configure the wheelwright, it can be pretty precise. Whoa there, Chief. If you don't, it's trash. Ha! For some reason, the computer is terrible with the Fire Stingray and an unholy terror with the Golden Fox. Like, when I played this game as a kid, I piloted the Golden Fox specifically so I wouldn't have to deal with the AI using it. Learn that when making the racing wheel plug-in for easy delivery flow. Oh, that sounds cool. I'm not sure I'm gonna survive this race. Yeah, see, if you're actually good at this game and you can maintain your top speed, then the Fire Stingray is hands down like the best car in the game. Like, there's no contest. It's the fastest car in the racing game. That's it. But as a kid, if you were bad like me and ran into walls, well, as an adult, if you're bad like me and run into walls all the time, and can't maintain your top speed, and you're getting outpaced by the Golden Fox all the time, just use the Golden Fox. shit. Whee! Other way of introducing the main character, you want me to take him having a huge grudge against the villain seriously? Don't make that villain a geek. One thing I love about F-Zero's the amount of gimmick tracks. Yeah. Yeah, every track feels very unique. Even the different iterations of like Mute City, each feels very distinctive. The best parts of the previews were the guy who totally isn't Falcons just saying shit. We want to do it even more insane, but still pushes the limits of Mode 7 track design hard. Yeah, I love how you have tracks that have like right angles, that have huge gaps you have to jump over, that have split pathways. Some have long straightaways, some are curved. Do you know you couldn't go to the bathroom alone until he was 30? It's true, look it up. Remember a friend having the Wii port of the Speed Racer game? Anime got bad when they tried to make Dr. Stewart manly. Removed his dandiness. I can never forgive them. Alright, anyway. This has been F-Zero once again. Let's do a few minutes of NCAA basketball. If I can spell it. I think I've had more than a little bit to drink tonight, chat. Here we go. Should be more racing anime. That's when the Mode 7 loses a damn mind. Yeah, I think that's why we're doing this one. Sure. UNC versus Duke. The eternal battle rages on, chat. Rejected. This is the one where they play basketball in the Final Fantasy menu dimension. Mode 7 Liminal Hell NBA game. Fine, let's be real. NBA Jam is considered the definitive basketball game in the SNES for a reason. I think the big problem here is it just doesn't run that well. You can kind of tell it's pretty chunky, right? Like, NBA Jam is just like smooth as butter. This is really kind of hurting in terms of performance. Like, I certainly admire what they were trying to do here. It is visually impressive. It just doesn't play well, is the thing. Zoom out, you can see Cecil fighting Zeromus. Reason even 2K still uses an isometric angle. So I know I set this to easy, but it's really easy. Like, you know, chat, I am fucking terrible at these games. And as gratifying as it is to just, like, shit all over Duke, like, this is not the way things should be. Duke doesn't... Let's be clear. Duke does not deserve better. They absolutely do not under any circumstances, but they deserve a chance against me at least. Wow, I just juked right around that guy. You know nothing of basketball rivalries or why we hate Duke. We hate Duke because I went to UNC Chapel Hill. UNC Chapel Hill and Duke were like age-old rivals. Like, I don't even give a shit about sports, but the UNC Duke rivalry is legendary. Rejected. UNC mascot a koala or something? It's a ram. That's a ram. It's a cartoon ram. Holy shit, that was a pass. That was the pass to end all passes. Ancient sports games, there's some incredible jank, love them. This one's, like, visually pretty impressive. Gameplay-wise, pretty lacking. What's up, Drake Nell? How you doing? I don't hate it, I just wish it ran better, but on the Super NES, this is as good as something like this is gonna get. All the players have really big collision hitboxes, too, so... Now that was interesting. Okay, I think we've seen enough here. I'm going to crush these fools in the way that they deserve to be crushed, but is it gratifying? Is it worth it? No, chat. No, it isn't. 60 FPS with the SA1 patch would be pretty impressive. That would be pretty impressive. That would be pretty cool. But the hell, a double dribble on the NES. Double dribble was fun. I remember double dribble being a good time. I mean, it's one of the few sports games I actually remember from this long, drawn-out Nintendo Power Odyssey. Oh, they actually mapped out some courses for F-Zero. Or all of them, maybe. Who wants to feel attacked right now? I like the 3D effect they put on the tracks. Well, I think they actually rendered the tracks in 3D, which is kind of neat. It makes it look like the little mini-map. Cars! Blue Falcon. This buff bird has the second best acceleration, handles well, but the back end cuts loose if you give it too much throttle in the turns. Golden Fox. The Golden Fox has tremendous acceleration, but the engine's power band peaks early, giving the lowest top speed in the field. Wild Goose. 3 engines allow the thick-skinned Wild Goose to take second place in the speed category, as by far the most durable car on the circuit. Fire Stingray. The Fire Stingray scores high in handling, top speed, and durability, making it the choice for novices. Its only weakness is poor acceleration. It's okay, chat. Be strong. Don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. Fire Stingray is a Mega Man villain. What are you talking about? This was 30 years ago, chat. This person probably doesn't even remember even writing this. Now remember, in their original coverage of F-Zero, the map for Whiteland 2 looked really different because this gap is huge. It is massive. There's like 2 full screens of just nothing below you when you hit that jump. It's a really cool moment. Whiteland 2 is one of my favorite courses in the game because of that. When you get to Universe Destroying God being only stopped because Captain Falcon beats him in a race, breaking the sound barrier. Shame they never got to something like that. I was associated the Fire Stingray with the F-Zero Game Center GX episode where it causes Reno to constantly rage. Why? Was that the AI car that was beating him? Enjoyed the Red Canyon tracks. I liked, where is it? Yeah, Red Canyon 2. I like Red Canyon 2 because of the giant jump arrow. Paraphrase, I'm fairly sure that's a plot point in an F-Zero game. Really? Because that sounds cool. Didn't realize you could get more air on the ramps for a long time and kept dying there. Yeah. I think it was Nintendo Power that taught me you had to hold down on ramps to fly higher. Firefield is super hard. Like, Firefield is, like, borderline unreasonable. When I rented the game as a kid, I don't remember what difficulty I played on. Probably beginner, maybe intermediate. But I got golds on every single track except Firefield. I just couldn't do it. I remember, like, King League tracks are pretty mean. Like Mute City 3 has an entire minefield. Deathwind 2 has dash panels that'll send you directly into walls. Port Town 2 has a bunch of magnets after the hairpins. Red Canyon 2 is probably the nicest, but only because there's a shortcut past the minefield. Yeah, Firefield is just, like, it's withering. It will wear you down. My biggest problem was always just surviving it. So yeah, whoa! Big fold out for Mario RPG. Midas Waterfall. Oh, I didn't really spend any time doing any of this stuff, really. What is this song from? Shadowgate 64. Trials of the Four Towers. Sounds appropriately ominous, doesn't it? Sounds particularly discordant, too. It's calming? Interesting. That's not how I would have described it. I don't remember most of these. Oh, this is like, kind of like a game-specific challenge. Anyway, Robotech Crystal Dreams. Don't worry about that right now. Let's talk about the Epic Center, chat. What are we doing this month? We got Eye of the Beholder, Star Ocean, and Sword of Hope 2, Part 2. Mario looks like he had too much pasta. Sonic Rider story mode cracked you up. Something about Eggman manipulating everyone to help him open up an ancient set of ruins. And the relic is just a cool way of making carpets. Iconic Terra Enigma Underworld spotted. You know, I come from Texas. My idea of what's not hellish is a bit skewed. The fans speak out. Epic Center continues to receive hundreds of letters every month from RPG fans in response to our Epic Center news article in January entitled Enix on a Quest. The real quest, it seems, is the one undertaken by these dedicated fans who want the chance to play more RPGs. Your Epic Center staff wishes to thank you, all of you, for the tremendous support. Your letters are being received, read, and passed along to the evaluation department at Nintendo of America. We're also in touch with third-party publishers and regularly let them know about requested titles. In the long run, we hope that your letters will make the difference and that some of the great Japanese RPGs will turn up in North America. Remember, the pen is mightier than the sword. On the other hand, the dollar is even mightier than the pen, which suggests the best way to show game publishers that you like RPGs is to buy them. Finally, we appreciate your support for the Epic Center section of Nintendo Power and all your thoughtful comments. If you have suggestions, yeah, whatever. They tried, chat. An attempt was made. People did their part, and Enix just didn't show up. On the Robotech game, GameTech promised to be out in December '96 and then went under near instantly. Ocean then acquired all of it to finish it and also went under near instantly in 1998. So did Robotech kill 2 game studios? Was it that cursed? Many of the letters received recently at Epic Center mentioned a game from Enix called Genesis that we first noted last year. Genesis has been renamed Terra Enigma and will be released in Europe later this year by Nintendo. Your Epic Center editors were lucky enough to snag a copy of the Super Famicom version of the game for a quick look. On the surface, the developers at Quintet have created another RPG adventure that Zelda and Gaia fans will recognize immediately, especially Gaia fans. Ark, the young hero, explores an inverted world on the inside of a globe, venturing into dungeons and towers where he must fight enemies and solve cunning puzzles. Ark's quest involves saving the souls of living things, resurrecting whole continents on the Earth's surface, overseeing the growth of civilization, and single-handedly thrashing countless baddies. Players also will find love interests, humorous situations, and scenes that show character growth as the story and game progress. As in Illusion of Gaia, the game engine puts players in control of the hero both in direct combat situations and while exploring the various towns and towers. The Mode 7 scrolling overworld map of Gaia has been inverted in Terra Enigma to reflect the interior world in which Ark lives. It's a bit strange, like walking around on the inside of a balloon. Once you reach a play area, however, you get a standard overhead view with excellent graphic quality. Dungeons feature traps, riddles, secrets, and other mysteries and magic, and later half of the game players also promote the progress of the world's civilization, sort of a simulation in the midst of an RPG. The only downside of all of this is that Nintendo has no plans to release the game in North America at this time. And they never did. Didn't Ocean put out some decent things? Yes. Ocean was not like a straight dumpster fire of a developer. They did actually make some kind of cool games. Tomy then also tried to buy it out to finish the Macross game and were advertising in Japanese magazines, but Bandai went no. Robotech was actually just Harmony Gold compiled. Oh yeah, I know. I know the story of Robotech. I am one of the lucky few people on this planet that actually owns an official box set of Macross on DVD. Because I just happened to throw the money at it during one of the brief periods when a Western company had the rights to print it. I know all about the Robotech saga. But yeah. Shame about Terra Enigma. I am curious how it would have done here. Do you know the story of it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Someday I need to find an excuse to make Oddish play the Sega Saturn Macross shmup. That game kicks ass. I mean, I do love shmups. I'm something of a shmupper myself. Oh, Lord. Capcom's Eye of the Beholder has been available for some time. Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Because I think we've played this. Has been available for some time. The game's diabolical tricks and traps continue to confound even veteran RPG players. This month's epic review gives you tips on solving common problems and maps for the toughest levels in the game. Remember my friends got excited a few years back when the legal drama saga finally came to some kind of conclusion? I don't think it's actually led to anything though, has it? Like, I as far as I know, the legal disputes between rights holders are all cleared up, but I don't think that's actually paved the way for anything new to be published anywhere. Macross Gradius clone based on Do You Remember Love? Disney Plus has basically every Macross series. I didn't know that. How satisfying is a blobber game like this? Not particularly. I have discovered over my years of streaming a burgeoning love for dungeon crawlers, but I don't particularly care for this old generation of console ones. You beat this back on PC back in the day. It's not bad. Oh boy. If you played any advanced Dungeons and Dragons game, you already know that casting magic spells requires all sorts of preparation, like memorizing spells in camp. Find a scroll of the spell your mage does not have. Be sure to select the Scribe Scroll option to copy the spell into your mage's spellbook. Like we tried the MS-DOS version quite a lot. I don't imagine the very mastered interface for this translates to console as well. It was pretty clunky when we played it before. I think my thing about dungeon crawlers is I think I'm acclimated to modern ones. I don't think dungeon crawlers require a certain amount of patience to get through. And I think I need a lot of the modern like UI and UX features to help me get through them. So the first Lands of Lore game holds up a lot better quality of life wise. I might have to give that a try then. Basically, I have the Beholder with a license script. Places to go and people to see. Find Taghor, the dwarf fighter, on level 4. Locate the dwarf camp on level 5. Talk to Armum, the dwarf leader, and accept his challenge. Explore the upper reaches of the Drow on level 7. Discover Xanathar's spy and rescue Prince Kingar. Prince Kingar? Really? That's the name you came up with? Recover the sacred dwarven healing potion on level 11. Return to Armum and receive the wand of Sylvius. Defeat Xanathar in his inner sanctum and win the game. Easy peasy, chat. Couldn't be more simple. Look at these fucking maps, bro. Damn, Xanathar has an outer and an inner sanctum. Kingar sounded more impressive in Japanese. Prince King Duke! Better than like Prince Royalty Kid. Then auto map, the maps start more chill and there's more smooth difficulty curve and complexity. The management side is a lot less micromanaging. Okay. Oh, wow. Nearly every level in the game has an invisible teleporter that either turns your party around suddenly or whisks it off to new and seemingly identical location. Make a map on paper and keep track of your party's position and heading. A sudden spin on your compass or a change of perspective are good clues that everything is not what it appears to be. Was the Beholder of Eye of the Beholder actually Xanathar? I think I missed that. I mean, it must be. Wouldn't be name dropping him otherwise, right? This music is just fun. What is this from? This is from Pokemon Snap. So I guess it should be pretty fun. Alright. Star Ocean. It's a game that plays like a movie. It's obvious that developers have been striving to make RPGs feel more like interactive movies and less like the linear adventures of yesteryear. Chrono Trigger offered a variable plot and 11 endings, while the Japanese market hit Tales of Fantasia featured digitized voices and battle animation. Shadows. Battle animation is straight out of the latest Japanese fantasy films. This summer, Enix will turn up the heat with the Japanese market release of their 48 megabit spectacular Star Ocean. Taking their cue from the Tales of Fantasia, the Star Ocean design team, many of whom also worked on Fantasia, decided to maximize the use of digitized voices in their latest effort. They hired 10 of the most famous voice actors and actresses in Japan to breathe life into the main characters. These voice specialists are renowned for their work on the popular animated films called OAVs, Original Animation Videos. And their battle cries and exclamations create a sense of drama that's impossible to get with scrolling text. 64K RAM cache helps keep the action in sync, and the programmers designed a special AI that governs the lines the characters will say and how they say them. Do I have this? I might need to grab this, chat. Just a moment. I do have this. Did we play this before? Well, let me finish reading about it and then we'll jump into it. So I did. Okay, I did. Star Ocean team broke new ground with two elements they've dubbed Voice AI and Emotion Points. The Voice AI monitors the current situation and selects appropriate vocal responses for the different characters. The party confronts a weaker enemy. You may hear them taunting their opponent during battle. If their foe is made of sterner stuff, however, they'll warn each other of coming danger. That's cool. Voice AI is supplemented by Emotion Points, which are used to keep track of the characters' relationships. Each character has an emotion point rating. For every other character, as events unfold, your actions and choices will add or subtract points. That was not, yeah, that was novel for a 1996 game. It was only logical for the designers to create a battle systems more dynamic than ones you usually see in RPGs. Battles are still menu-based, but they now take place on map terrain rather than static battle screens. I think this is the only, yeah. Sort of hope after that. No, thank you. All right, chat. I know people go in hard about Star Ocean 2, but how was the first Star Ocean? I can't answer that because it's another one of those series that I know basically nothing about. All right, let's do this. Pretty much one of the Star Ocean games has something like 200 possible endings based on the party's interpersonal and emotional point ratings with each other. Damn. Trias goes insane with this stuff. New game, please. Ratix Farence? You know what, sure. I can't give you a more embarrassing name than that. Yes, I know who made this. Wouldn't Ocean Stars and fan game? I like this game quite a bit. It's kind of short, but very charming. How short is this? A little bit under 20 hours. That is nice and compact. Damn.
Captain's log, Stardate 346. Our ship has completed its mission of deep space investigation right on schedule. Now we're headed home.
Would you like some coffee, Captain?
Yes, I'd like that.
Yes, I'd like that. Holy shit!
Captain, we've just picked up a huge amount of unidentified energy.
Where?
Mark 301.209 in Sector Gamma.
Reservoir section? Get it on the screen.
An enormous shockwave is approaching.
Shield the ship.
I see somebody was a fan of Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country.
What the hell?
What the hell?
Stardate 346. Now, through an unknown force, a totally new age is about to begin. Is it God's will or the irony of fate? And still, mankind makes its way where no one...
Why did this guy record his lines from inside a steamer trunk?
People say the universe is a star ocean.
He said the title, chat. It's the SNES, but like the ladies' lines were like a million times clearer than the dudes. Like they either did a terrible job recording his lines or a terrible job compressing them. Does dude have a tail? Man, it's quiet around here. Guy was gargling rocks. Yeah, but quiet also means peaceful. Also, there is no reason for that push button to advance icon to go that hard. None whatsoever. This game is already so extra. What do you think about Millie? But what? What do you mean? This is just between you and me, but she's so full of herself and a tomboy. Oh, you fucked up. On top of that, she's kind of dumb and a loudmouth, too. And who are we talking about? How much do you think Dorn was named after worst actor? Like 95%. I mean, right up front, the Star Trek influence is undeniable. You should be doing your job, not sitting around and talking. I told you, there's nothing to do. Why don't you go patrol or something? Here, I'll even come with you. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Looks like I'm stuck. Oh my god, they've entered my body. Let's go patrol. Nyam. I have a menu. Very squeaky menu. No special abilities, no items. Actually, I have one item. It's a giant star ocean. Blackberry obtained. Flare bomb obtained. That's somebody's face. Resurrect bottle obtained. Gasp. Birds. What the? Help, thieves! Eek! Huh. Man, the way he runs is super cool, too. Here we go! I got 60B. Do you think people had tails that people trying to hide their identity would cover up their tails? It depends. It would depend on how distinctive our tails would be. Like, what would human tails be like? They probably wouldn't be furry, right? They'd probably be more like rat tails. And in that sense, they'd all look pretty similar, I think. Pretty nice seeing your characters actually run around the battlefield instead of lining up on one side. Thief bits. They're tougher than we thought, aren't they? Don't make me laugh. They're just a couple of kids. Let me show you how it's done. We're not kids. We're members of the Klatos Brigade. Don't be so stuck up just because you're in charge of a bunch of wimps. Yeah, you weaklings. What did you say? Let's get him, boss. I think we have monkey tails with fur matching your hair color, but we don't have fur like monkeys. I don't think we'd have tails like monkeys unless the rest of us look like monkeys. Chairs would have to be different too. Yeah. I think we'd all sit on stools. Or pretty much everything would have open backs. Holy shit. We literally have the same amount of hair follicles as apes, it's just our hair is shorter. So, wouldn't the hair on our tails be shorter too? Imagine accidentally closing doors into your tail. Yeah. We might redesign doors entirely because of that. Like, we might do, like, curtain passages instead. And just leave doors for, like, main doors and stuff. There's nothing, it's just what we do. Huh. Aren't you cool? Grumble. I don't want to be cool. Maybe my mind is trying to protect me from the mental image of having rat tails. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Other than our heads, and some of us can't even enjoy that, we don't have very thick hair coverage on our bodies. So I don't think there's any reason to suspect that our tails would be particularly hairy. Like, I'm a pretty hairy guy. But if I had a tail, like, it would probably have hair covering like this, right? Which, let's just be honest here, would look pretty fucking gross. Bald people would have bald tails. It'd look like fucking hairless cats. You're just saying your tail would have fur. Please make yourself at home. What, are we eating on the floor like fucking animals? What's wrong with you? Thieves today sure were a piece of cake, wouldn't you say? Like, dude guy's at a table reading a book. Make him sit on the floor. Eat at a table. Be civilized. What are you talking about? They're pretty dangerous. Radix, what's wrong? You don't seem very cheerful. He's been like this lately. Grumpy little asshole. I'm worried about Radix. He's been a real piece of shit lately. See you later. Okay. Considering none of the apes have tails, would we have been the first split from apes before the others lost them, or would we have regrown them? Oh, that's an interesting question. So for us to have tails, we might have had to go down an entirely different evolutionary branch, right? Might have had to descend from a completely different line of creatures. So how's Happy Face tomorrow, Radix? Thank you very much, ma'am. Come back again. Sleeping in his armor, chat. I'd imagine acrobatic shows would go even more insane, though. Imagine the sort of stuff an acrobat that can use a tail properly could do. Or pole dancing with a tail. Damn. Because being quiet means it's peaceful. Just use my tail to carry groceries. Don't you need to go to work soon? Hey, wake up. I mean, most animals don't have particularly useful tails, right? They're really just for balance. Like, cats can't really lift anything with their tails. They just lash them around. Dogs just have them to wag, really. Basically, the conclusion I'm coming to is that having a tail would just kind of be an additional, and I guess literal, pain in the ass. Cassie knocks shit off the table with their tail. Lab's tail cut your leg in half. Labradors do have genuinely terrifying tail strength. Pest control, that's a good point too. Of course, I don't know about y'all, I don't have a whole lot of flies swarming around my ass. I think the last count was none, in fact. So these are the ones who ensure the safety of the town. You need to have weapons equipped at all times. And I'm not going to sell them to you because we're not to that point of the game. Klatos is totally a mistranslation of Kratos. What? I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask a really ignorant question. Does Kratos have a meaning or a reference besides the God of War dude? You're not with Millie today? Good job with the patrolling. So sleepy. I really hate when mom tells me to wake up. Power? Divine personification of strength. Oh, okay. Haven't been to cool in a while. If you ever have to go to the north for some reason, tell them hello for me. Sure thing. Radix, if you're hurt, I'll heal you all up. Thanks. Son of Styx and Pallas. Interesting. Food store lady phrase. Radix, please tell your mother I've got some fresh vegetables. Okay. Radix feels like one step up from a silent protagonist. He speaks, but he doesn't actually say anything. Turn to the Klados Brigade headquarters. Item store girl Sophia. I want to learn how to cook, but also like metallurgy. And I also want to try playing a musical instrument. But I don't think I'd have the talent for it. Choices matter, chat. It's not like you to give up. If you try hard, you might find you have a hidden talent. Yeah. Thanks, Radix. Kiwi. Oh. Pardon me, chat. It's been a lot of streaming lately. I've basically done, what, 4 streams in the last 36 hours? I think it might be starting to take it out of me. This music box is a memento from Doran's sister. Those treasure boxes are just for decoration. New names, that phrase name reminds me of a stalking discovery I made recently. Frasier, sitcom name is Strawberry. I can't get that in my head. Yeah, in the romance languages, strawberry is phrase, right? Hey Radix, shouldn't you be at work at the Klados Brigade headquarters? I like this game at least, would like to see more of it someday. Honestly, 20-hour RPG that looks this good and has as many fancy features as this does, I can't see us not doing this. Like, this one seems like a lock to me. We're localizing him into Ichigo Crane. I love how comedically blunt the name meanings in Final Fantasy 15 are. Like, Noctis's name means night, light, sky. Gladio's name means sword friend. I wish my name was sword friend. Oh, we're making this official? All right, chat. Put your money where your mouth is. Continue, game over. Who wants to see a full playthrough? Okay. Right hand to God. I'm not making this up. I went in to the Dragon Coin management screen to activate the things and clicked right back, and Shadows had already voted continue. I think Shadows voted so hard they warped time such that they were able to vote before I initiated the vote. That's how powerful their love of Star Ocean is. I like this game, can you tell? I had no idea. You're late again, Radix. Doran already went inside. Nobody here really likes Star Ocean, do they? Like, nobody here really likes Star Wars either. It doesn't exactly stop us, does it? You're late, Radix. Let's hurry inside. In the bad story arching games are bad in such a fascinating way. I just really, really love the way this game looks. More than anything, I think this is just a deeply impressive game visually. No one here really likes video games though. Is it even possible to like a video game? Video games are sins. I confess I'm just doing this because I'm jonesing for Wooden Ocean so bad. I know Arcane. I know. I feel it too. Someday we'll go back to the Murda. I promise. I promise you this, Arcane. Someday the Murda will return. Fuzzy Radix, something terrible has happened. Have a look at this. Yeah, for the era in particular, this game looks amazing. Like, I feel like this looks like a PlayStation RPG. Because they were still doing 2D RPGs on the PlayStation that had greater levels of detail and animation and visual effects, and I feel like this is there. I'm reminded, when do you have the potential of going back to normal shifts? I know you told us, but I forgot. Like January at the earliest. If I don't find a different job, I think the only real option for getting back on like a normal schedule would be finding a different job. Because people tend to stay in their positions for really long times at this travel company. And the shift bidding is based on seniority. So if nobody's left by January, I mean, I'm just gonna get whatever's left over again. So Wild Arms immediately comes to mind as 2D PS1 games go. Not surprising considering how close we got to a Nintendo PlayStation. Very true. Very true. Remember somebody recommending this game to me when I was in college and never got to try it, so like, see you take it on? I would like to play it. I would like to play it. Oh my god, look at this. Please send help. In Cool Village, there has been an outbreak of a strange disease. There is much suffering. Elder of Cool. I aspire to have a title half as cool as Elder of Cool. What do we do? Help them, of course. I mean, I don't know shit about medicine or germ theory. If only we had the herb at the top of Mount Metox? Elder of Cool is my new screen name. How tempted are you to make Elder of Cool your Discord name? Somebody's gonna beat me to it, I'm sure. Wait! Father! My schedule's gonna get really fucked up for like 30 days, and my internets may not be fixed until then. I'm convinced the storm a few weeks back fried my lines, made them susceptible to soil temperature. Ooh. Maltos, you will go for us? Yes, this is my job. They're calling it a mysterious disease, but I should be all right. If you, the best healing magic user in Klatos, will go, I am relieved. I said it that way because that localization sucked, chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was really fucking awkward. I will return shortly, so do not go anywhere dangerous like Mount Metox. Please, whatever you do, don't go to the location I just literally highlighted in text for you. Cocky doodle do. Well, then I leave the rest up to you. Okay, we'll contact you immediately if anything happens. This is a fan translation. Fan translation from like 2003, I think. Come on, you two, cheer up. I understand Millie's feelings, but you've been acting really weird, Radix. What's wrong? Say something. Double ellipsis chat, that means it's serious. Two days later. Why don't we get the official translation if this wins the vote? We might be able to. I mean, it's been years since I looked into getting this. I don't remember when we did the last import night. It's been a while. Official translation on PSP, the PSP version of a very different game. It's a remake in Star Ocean 2's engine. It's possible that somebody took that translation and applied it piecemeal to this game and just kind of massaged over the inconsistencies in design. But that would also be a really big project. Father still hasn't come home yet. I'm going. Cut it out. Didn't he say he'd call for you if he needed you? I mean, I'm fine with this translation. I like having translations to pick apart. I like being able to comment on my field of expertise. Radix. Burb. What does it say? Mysterious disease in Cool is contagious. What's more, I too have contracted the disease. There is no need to worry about contraction through the air. However, you can catch it by merely touching someone who has been infected. The incubation period is approximately 1 to 2 hours. Once it begins in about 3 days' time, your body will completely turn to what, chat? What's it gonna turn to? Might have mentioned one weird choice translation makes you won't get without playing the others. Yeah, let's hear it. Goo mayonnaise. The best water-related game we played tonight. For some reason, despite us already having 2's official localizations, it doesn't use any of the official world-building terms, like healing magic is supposed to be symbology. That's weird. It's stone. I was really hoping for something more exciting than stone. It's always stone. Cool is done for. Stay away from it at all costs. Maltos Killiot. Millie, wait! Millie, you dumb fuck. Millie was running to the north. Wait. Is there like a north exit from town? I guess so. She must have been worried about her father and went to Cool. Let's hurry. What's up, Empires? Ooh, Miss Vicky's. Miss Vicky's is good shit. Yep, we're approaching the Cool Zone. Rift Wave learned. Oh, Costco size bag, damn. That's awesome. What's wrong, Dorn? You've barely touched your XP. No, it's nothing. Oh, wow. Neat map. Starship crash site? Kind of burying the lead on this, aren't we? Funny thief? What's so fucking funny about him, bro? And the hell did Dorn stick his ass out after winning? In the animal world, that's known as presenting. Okay, so apparently that's an old starship wreck, and everybody's just kind of cool with that. West Village of Cool, South Town of Klatos. So there's no actual overworld? Star Ocean is a very interesting RPG. I am deeply intrigued. Northeast Village of Cool, north of Cool, Mount Metox. Let's begin to one weird change the PSP version makes. It has a not to scale world map. Okay. This is kind of confusing. I'm assuming at some point the combat gets more complicated than just mashing attack. Northeast Village of Cool, north of Cool, Mount Metox, yes. Start getting skills and pre-in-depth character building soon. Okay. I mean, I'm not expecting much at this point, but the battle system seems very fast-paced, and it seems all you really want to do is just mash the button as fast as possible. It's a very mashy battle system so far. Cool Village. Oh, you mustn't touch me. I am already infected. Is this the end of Cool? I intend to be here until I die. Speaking of infections, chat, I saw a trailer for the new Resident Evil. Apparently, they gave Resident Evil to the director of weapons, and it looks kind of amazing. Friend had a GameCube, so we had one of the action RPGs. I played the Bob Dual SMGs. He showed me how dummy think you make a girl character. Yeah, no, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna link this for y'all, just so y'all can check this out because it looks crazy. I was shocked. I was straight shocked. Go ahead and take 2 minutes out of the stream to watch that. It's worth it. Is this the end of Cool? I intend to be here until I die, but if I had herb atop Mount Metox, I might be saved. Maybe hell excited for Resident Evil will get some love it deserves. This is a cool... Okay. I know what I'm saying, chat, but this is a cool looking village. One thing I'm hoping for is they keep the whole zombie thing local scale, because every adaptation for this had worldwide apocalypses. I think a lot of Resi's spice setting-wise comes to the zombie outbreaks not affecting much of the world around it, like a horrifyingly dirty bomb. What kind of throws me off is they had snow. Raccoon City never had snow in the game, so it kind of doesn't make sense canonically. Where is Raccoon City geographically? Is it just a matter of them never setting the games during winter or something? Midwest? I mean, it snows in the Midwest. Raccoon City where Jimothy is from? Near the Arklay Mountains? Leon's a cheesehead. I mean, okay, hang on. Yeah, I was gonna say, the early RE games take place in September 1998, right? Like, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 are all happening within like days of each other, right? Yeah, that's why there's no snow, right? September would not have gotten some snow, no. Looks like she's almost alive, but trapped in the stone. In temperate American areas, like you're not really gonna see, like unless it's an unusually cold winter, you're not gonna see snow until December. And you'll get snow off and on through December and January and maybe into February. People on Reddit are saying Missouri. What is this snow which you speak? It is a legendary substance once said to fall from the sky in the days before climate change. Do not come near me. This film puts Raccoon City in Colorado. Speaking as a Coloradite, we can get snow at any month without warning. Seen blizzards in July, damn. You must not touch me. Father. Double ellipsis. I can no longer be saved. She's twinkling. I can't even be by my father's side or hold his hand at a time like this. This can't be happening. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo. Radix and Doran, will you take my daughter back to town? Millie. Let's go. Millie! Could we live out in the mountains that really fucks up our weather systems? A lot of stuff that would normally melt or not show up due to not being so high up affects us anyways. Oh god, we really did fuck back off to town. Sorry, everyone. Wait. Dorn? Did you plan on going all by yourself? You want to get the herb on the summit of Mount Metox, don't you? I can always tell what you're thinking. What were you thinking? Go. I can always tell what you're thinking. What were you thinking? Going to such a dangerous place all by yourself. I'm sorry. Look at me. Huh? Cheer up. All we have to do is find the herb and then your father will get better. Right? Yeah. But I don't like looking at your face when you're sad. You're ugly when you're sad. Dorn? I'm not good at these social situations. You. Dorn, what's wrong? Are you okay? Stay away from me. It's nothing. But, hold on. I'll go get somebody. Is he gonna be a statue? Radix is Dorn. He's... I don't know what he is. Ow. Ugh. Whenever there's trouble, the first thing she says is always Radix. Yeah, I don't know why either. I'm gonna be honest with you. Radix doesn't really feel like the protagonist of this game yet. It feels like the Millie and Dorn show. Let's hurry. Like, Radix very much feels like an audience stand-in. Why are you up so late, Millie? Treasure chest? I got a fucking talisman. Sweet. I love the way the items... Whoa. Holy shit, Chad. That's our reflection. That's so cool. Oh my god. That's so cool. It's such a simple effect, but it's so cool. Are you okay? Huh? What are you talking about? But you were just... I said it was nothing, didn't I? Don't get me wrong. I was just a bit dizzy from standing up. But anyway, Radix, let's go get the herb on the summit of Mount Metox. We're gonna save Millie's dad. Yeah, it's to the north of Cool then? Right. Fell worms show up there though, so we gotta be careful. Okay. Can I... When can I save? Now I can save. Alright, chat. Last chance to vote. Last chance to vote on whether or not you want to see this continue into a full playthrough. Last chance to make it official one way or the other. This has been Star Ocean. Pretty compelling experience, if you ask me. And these screenshots make it look extra cool. Look, the real horror of a story set in Colorado is the possibility of hail plus tornadoes. Nature's shotgun. Jesus Christ. That enemy in the top right corner looks fucking wild. That thing is huge. I want to see that. Dragons and wizards have been replaced by starships, time travel, and interplanetary war. There's time travel in this? Can I change my vote? All right, closing the vote. You've had your say. You've said your piece, chat. And in the final analysis, yes, this one goes on the list. I'm gonna put it on the list right now. Right now. If I remember where it is. Hang on a sec. Oh, okay, I remember where it is. Here we go. There we go. The list has grown. There has never been a good RPG that had time travel. I know, right? It's a curse, chat. It's a curse. Sword of Hope 2! The quest for hope continues. I wish I could be excited about this game. This seems like it could be a really cool game, but the combat sucks ass. It sucks. This was the ultra grindy one. This was the one where if you happened to find a skeleton, you were fucking toast. You had to grind on, I forget if they were bugs or slimes or what, but you had to grind on them and them alone for a while. I think these games would be better if they played the Mac Venture thing more straight. Skip. But they got pixies. Manic pixie NPCs. Across the water. Evil Mist, chat. House. The woodcutter looks like fucking Ganondorf. You won't fare too well during your encounter with Creeper, but just when things are looking dark, a new ally will join the fray. Bogey is a monster hunter by trade, and it'll be very handy to have around the days ahead. Winder Castle. King Winder reveals that Zapdos seeks to unite the shards and recreate the World Stone, a gem of unspeakable power. When your task is finally clear, it's up to you and your companions to bring down the demon and restore hope to the kingdom of Rikar. Only reason why I like the first Sword of Hope is the memory limitation resulting in making a plot about how every tree is actually a villager who had been cursed into becoming a tree. Yes. King Zapdos. Strategy, Breath of Fire 2. I'm gonna skip over this because Breath of Fire 2 is also on our playthrough list. We're just gonna ignore all of this. And, oh Lord. Oh boy. Wow, chat, check out these amazing CGI graphics. We're living in the future here, chat. Iron Man is made of cheap plastic, and whoever the fuck this is apparently lost all the skin from his legs. Iron Man getting mangled by the page transition should be as funny to you as it is. You know, it's funny. Just that little thing making his head narrower makes him look like an Aeon Flux character. A dimensional gateway is opened between two worlds, uniting Mistress Crescendo and Baron Zemo in a common heinous cause, the total domination of both their universes. It'll take the combined armored might of Iron Man and Exo Manowar to shatter their dreams of conquest and restore the dimensional barrier. The fate of two universes hangs in the balance. What's... Sorry, what is Exo Manowar from? I can't get over they really did go for a flayed look with that guy. Yeah. Yeah, the 90s were the era of making, like, armor look like actual metal. Or I guess make it look like spandex. Everybody had to have skin-tight everything. Was art done by Liefeld? Because I noticed how screenshots very conspicuously cover up everyone's feet, and that's something he'd absolutely do. This is definitely his style. I don't know if it's actually him or one of the artists he helped inspire, but Man of War up here 100% looks like a Liefeld creation. Way too detailed musculature, face contorted into a horrifying scream, and feet not visible. Sorry, I should have just read this. Acclaim is teamed up with Marvel and Valiant. Exo Manowar is from Valiant. Actually, I could have just looked at the little itty bitty teeny tiny icon there. Bring you Iron Man, Exo Manowar, and Heavy Metal, a hard-hitting side-scroller for the Game Boy. This game is kind of comic adaptation, marked the first meeting of these metallic men at arms. When they come together, the sparks fly. 15 levels of armored action, 3 levels of difficulty. While there's little to distinguish Iron Man Exo visually, the unique powers add spice to the gameplay. The game also marks Acclaim's first foray into the Super Game Boy arena and exploits the format to its utmost. The border is beautifully rendered and colored, and the standard palettes are some of the best we've seen. I looked at the Marvel wiki page on Manowar, and the first sentence gives me so many questions. The creature called Manowar by its creators, or the Manowar as it calls itself, was a talking amphibious large jellyfish-like being created for the Portuguese government. Alright, that's not this guy. Because Exo Manowar is not a Marvel creation, he's a Valiant creation. Apparently, Marvel did have a character named Manowar, and of course, it had to be a Portuguese jellyfish. Okay, Tony Stark, millionaire industrialist and inventor of the awesome Iron Man armor. Him we know. Eric of Dacia, a man thrust out of his own time and master of the alien Exo Manowar suit. So, It's a guy from the past with an alien supersuit? That's weird. Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. Iron Man's chief weapons are electromagnetic repulsor beams, while the exo armor, what Arik refers to as his good skin, packs twin ion cannons. Okay. Oh God, oh Jesus, chat, you can really appreciate that key art there, I think. Like, I think his eyes are closed even. Princess Balance, thank you so much for the raid. I'm sorry you have to raid into this of all things. Apparently 1996 Valiant was in the middle of a big continuity reboot for Man of War where some dude steals a mecha the US government stole from the Nazis. Okay. Thank you, Princess Balance. It is lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight. What were you up to? I hope it was fun. Yells operatically. I mean, it's like... But he's probably pinching his eyes closed so hard he's losing circulation to them. I kind of want to know what Mistress Crescendo looks like, because any character in the 90s named Mistress something is going to have a real interesting outfit, I'm pretty sure. Giant shows in post-apocalyptic bureaucracy. The game was called Encased. I think I've heard of Encased, actually. That sounds neat. Mistress Crescendo needs to look exactly like Mistress Peace. I can't help it. I'm gonna look this up. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's about what I was imagining. Yep. Put him on screen? I'm afraid I can't. It's actually her. Just a little, just with a little less covering. You know how it goes. All right, R&D lab breach. Exterior, proceed with caution. Yellow Jacket and Blackout have broken through the inner vault and trying to crack computer code blocks. These levels don't look very fun, I'm gonna be honest. The graphics look kind of small and awkward. I don't know. I'm not sure why superhero games need to be laid out like this. Like, why they... Well, I guess it's either this or have, like, really boring hallway levels. It looks like this level here is an elevator or teleporter maze, which I'm not the biggest supporter of, so. Up, Cosmic Cube spotted, chat. Looking at the Man of War comics and the idea of Arik learning English through kids' picture books, he stole and resorting to insulting people. You are a dog, you are a cat is kind of funny. I mean, I'm certainly not saying this isn't an interesting character. I just don't know anything about him, and like, Liefeld art is never the best way to be introduced to anything. Why does Iron Man's suit ripped? Is it compensation? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, a lot of work went into these pages. I mean, piecing together screenshot maps off the Game Boy is a serious undertaking. So I will say that. Credit where credit is due, I think. Counselor's Corner. Ah, real monsters. How to reach the green arrow in level 3-2. How to get to the yellow arrow. Lufia 2. How to enter the Shrine of Vengeance. Where's the Dragon Egg? How to solve the Lighthouse Crate puzzle. Earthbound, why can't I stay at the Moonside Inn? Because you're not speaking their language, bro. How do I beat Starman Deluxe? Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good question. If someone called me a cat, I would simply not be mad. Why is my bank balance wrong? Because kids are bad at math, frankly. N64 exclusive preview of the Mortal Kombat trilogy. You know what, chat? I think I might make a judgment call to stop here for the night, because I think it's gonna take... I don't think I can really glide through the rest of the magazine in like 15 minutes, and I'm already pretty tired. I don't know that there's enough to really fill next time, but I think it's gonna be better for me than going late tonight. So why don't we come back here on next Thursday, talk about MK Trilogy, go through the now playing. Maybe what I'll do, since we'll just have the end of the magazine to work through, maybe I'll let you actually do requests from Packwatch this time. That might be a good way to fill the time, depending on what's up there. It might not actually be worth it, and if that's the case, I'll just fuck around and play more Mario 64 or something. We'll make it work, chat. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So yeah. It's because you showed up, yeah. Actually, no, it's because I'm tired. It's because I streamed for... Because I streamed for 8 hours yesterday, and I'm on stream hour 6 today. That's a lot of streaming in the last 36 hours, and I think I need sleep. So, forgive me for finishing 15 minutes early tonight, but so plan for the future. Saturday we're gonna be doing The Looker. If you were one of the happy few that were after me to play The Looker after we finished with The Witness all those years before, show up on Saturday morning, and we'll do that. No stream on Sunday because I never stream on Sunday, but also my family's coming back on Sunday. And then from next week, I'm going back to my original daytime streaming schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And on Monday, I'm gonna start with Infinifactory. The second of the Zachtronics puzzle games and one of my favorite games. The Looker! Ah! So yeah, that's the plan, chat. That's the plan. Let's go find somebody to raid. Actually, let's not, because I don't think anybody I know is up right now. No one I'm following is streaming right. That's fine. I'll let y'all go. It's cool. Let's all get some sleep or have a productive day, depending on where you are in the world. Anyway, chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thanks for joining me for another exciting evening of Nintendo Power and strange games and all that good stuff. I had fun. I hope you had fun. And hopefully I will see you Saturday morning for The Looker. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.